Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to Keep or Cull, where we play all the games and decide if we want to keep them or cull them.
Yes, today we're going to do more reviews with a paddle. We have a little pile of games today. We're going to do the paddle. We're going to talk about them. We're going to review them. Hopefully it will give you an idea if the game might be for you or not. So, do you want to begin?
Yes. The first game is a game with a really clever name, and it's Enemy Anemone.
It is. This is a trick-taking game. Let's do a paddle.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom!
It's a double keep.
Yes.
This is one of the many trick takers that when I say we, I mean you, acquired recently.
Yes, but that also is true for all games because you're along for the ride. Like, you don't acquire games.
That's true.
It has never happened. Like, it happened one time since we started playing games that you got a game.
Huh.
Do you remember what it was?
No.
It was an expansion to Galaxy Trackers.
Oh.
That's like the only thing that you have
got.
gotten, like, that was like, this is my thing that I buy. Have you played it? No. But like, so that's like true for everything, but yes. Enemy Anemone. Did you like it?
Yes, I did. It is a fun game, and like the rulebook says, there is no theme here, but the name is fun to say.
I love it. Enemy Anemone.
I agree.
This is a must-not-follow trick-taking game, and also has like a very interesting thing where the player who plays the lowest card is going to get like an anemone card, which they can then use to boost other cards that they play to try to win that trick when they're not actually winning the trick. And you are trying also, like, if you get a position where you have a card where you cannot play, you're just going to score a card from your hand instead. So it's not one where like some of the must not follow is going to stop when somebody can't follow. Not this one, you're playing through the whole hand. I think it was very clever. I enjoyed my time playing it. For me, I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm going to give it a 6. This is one of the games that for now, this is a new and exciting genre for us. But as we acquire more, this is one that I would say leaving the collection because it's not the most interesting that we played so far.
I disagree. I think it was super interesting. It is very straightforward, but in a very fun way.
Cool.
Next up, oh, look. It's the same kind of genre. This is a shedding game. This is from Little Dog Games, designed by Jonathan Cox, which you might know from his board game channel, John Get Games. This is a shedding game. It's kind of similar to Scout, where you have a fixed hand of cards that you can't move around. But the new thing, we're going to do the paddle, I know.
Yeah.
But the new thing, which is super clever here, is that you're going to play cards in front of you as well. And they're like a shared hand. So you can play them, and they're part of your hand, but the other people also can play them. So you're trying to balance because you don't want to help the other players too much, but you also don't want to be the player who has the most cards in hand because they're going to get trash. And you want to clean up, you don't want to get trash. And basically the player, when somebody has enough trash, the game is going to end and the player with the least trash is going to be the winner. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom!
It's a double keep. This is actually, one of the games that after we played it, I've been thinking about it.
Okay, yeah.
Because like, oh, okay, but I could do this. This is cool. And of course, there's luck in this game because you're drawing these cards. What is cool though is that if you see cards around the table that you would fit perfectly in your hand, you can take them, but then you basically help people get rid of their cards. So, yeah, I really like this.
I might like this better than Scout. I had to play both of them more to find out. But I think like it's at least as good as Scout for me. I think it has some very interesting, neat concepts.
Rating?
Let's see. Oh, I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 7 as well.
And next up, do we have a trick-taking game?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yes.
This is Go King.
Yes. Are you ready for the thing?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom!
It's another keep. This one is a trick taker with a very straightforward rules, but this is very like it's a scaling. So in the first round you play one card, and then you play 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth.
Up to 10.
What you do before you play any cards is that you look at your hand and you bid on how many tricks you're thinking you're gonna win. So if you're correct, you will get points. If you're incorrect, you will get negative points. So like, if you think you're gonna win 0, and you do win 0, that is really good.
Yes. You can do like me, play 10 rounds and get negative 10 points at the end.
Yeah.
And the winner had like 200.
And it is like it feels like a little like a waiting game in some sort, because you have some cards here that are really powerful, but if you play them in the wrong combination with other cards, they are the worst. Yeah, so you're trying to want to wait and see what happens, but not too long, and yeah, it's a tense game.
It feels very much like a more of a classic card
Yeah.
game than the other two we spoke about this time, because it is more of that like hearts, where you're like, oh, this is higher, but now you have a trump suit, but you also have like a special cards.
Yeah.
There is also like an advanced version we haven't played with, and two different ways of scoring. And this one is the one we played with, is like the classic one is more swingy, like more of, oh, you get a bunch of points or you get negative points.
Yeah.
The other one is more like if you get exactly your bid, you're going to get one amount of point, and if you get like one off, you're going to get half of that amount, I think.
Okay.
So that might be the one
Less
to try
swingy.
next time, to see like how that, because then like it's going to be, it's less also, but then also get less tense, because you have that way of, oh no, I almost got it. So I'm a bit unsure, but I want to play the other version as well. A very enjoyable game. I'm going to give it a 7.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 7 as well.
And next up on my side,
Yeah.
we have a big box. This was a review copy from Pandasaurus. This is Box Top Pinball Haunted House. This one, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a tumbling dice game, but like a simpler one with cardboard. Tumbling dice is like a big wooden thing. So this is like where you put it up, you use the box. Inside here, there's multiple boxes that you put beside each other, and you make like this tumbling dice where you're gonna draw. Flick, that was the word. Flick your dice and try to make them like fall and land in different positions. Let's do the thing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
It's a double cull, but I really think that this was a clever way of making a game like this.
Yeah.
I think like I'm not the biggest fan of flicking games, because
I
I'm not
like them.
I'm not super good at them. But this felt thematic, the things that you like try to do, and I've not played a bunch of pinball machines either, because
Nope.
I'm not really good at them. So it felt
There's
thematic.
a theme here.
Yes, I did poorly,
Yeah.
which I should expect.
I won
Yeah, you did.
by a lot, because I'm
Hoo-hoo.
good at these kind of games. I think it was fun. I think it was enjoyable. I would have loved it to be like, there was something missing. I think like there was just like maybe it was like a bit too much. Like, oh, now you hit that monster, so I have to touch right that or there. Oh, and you move that, so you get that tile. I put a new one on. Tumbling dice, which it's gonna be like it's adjacent. It's gonna be compared. It's just like try to get it as far down as possible, getting those points, not get knocked off. This was just trying maybe a bit too much to make it like fast enough and quick enough for me. I'm going to give it a 6. I think it was enjoyable, but not one I need to own.
Yeah, you said maybe there's something missing. I expected the game to be like, oh, I could flick in like multiple directions to do something cool, or I can hit you and like you can cascade and stuff. And maybe that's because I'm not good at flicking things, but it was just a lot of like flicking it straight forward, and maybe it hit something.
You have like the walls you can bounce off, but I didn't make that work very
But
well.
I tried, and that was hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Next up, we have another game.
It
Shocker.
is Spotlight.
Spotlight. This is one that I think looked very interesting. You are using this. I'm going to show you back of the box. You are using this. I'm actually going to try to show it, like to see if that's possible.
Oh yeah,
You have.
should be possible.
You have. It's not like, oh, it's magic. You have this,
It actually says it's magic.
which is even better looking now, because like when we play it, you can actually kind of see things. And then you put this behind there, and you will actually see.
It's
this
so
is
cool.
like this is like the best version I ever seen in this game. You should just play it here in the studio.
When I saw it, I was just like, oh, that is awesome.
And it's a co-op game, and there is like a competitive version, but basically it's a co-op game where you are doing Where's Waldo, but with like a different thing. So like, oh, looking for pigs, and you have like a timer, and you try to look at how many pigs you can find. You're gonna then have a counter and say, I found 4 pigs, and other people found, oh, I found 7, I found 8. And then if you are not over, you're gonna move on a track, and then the moon is going to try to take you, because it's like it's dark and you're going home, but you want to find all the stuff. It's a family game, a little thing. Did we do the keyboard call?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, Boom!
Oh, I was so unsure about this because I thought it was fun.
Yes, I thought it was fun. I like the gimmick, like
Yeah.
with the moving of that. That's pretty fun. You should not play it in a very lit room because you can kind of just see the things.
Yeah.
It's not easy to see the details, but like it's easier to see. I think for me, I would rather just play micro macro.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the same thing,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same
I
thing.
agree. But I thought it was enjoyable, and I'm going to give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. I don't know, a 6, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Cool.
I think a lot of families are gonna enjoy this one.
I agree.
I have another one over here. This is Tower Up. This is a family. It's basically like a gateway style game. It reminded me a bit of Ticket to Ride because you're grabbing things, different colored resources, and you're building those things. Like the cards, like you're getting cards in Ticket to Ride, and then you're playing them to play the routes. Here you're getting the buildings and then trying to build them up in different ways. There are different scoring goals, different like reasons to do different things, trying to move on tracks, which is always good. So let's do the thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Oh, you're keeping this too? Huh? I'm surprised. You are calling it? Oh.
Because I was on the edge, but then when you chose skip, I will do Cull. Because I was like, I'm unsure. Let's do this, and then I can move it over. I was
Yeah.
like, if you choose Cull now, I'm ready to give it a go.
Yeah, because you were thinking I was calling this.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah. I actually thought this was surprisingly enjoyable. And like it's a light game,
Yes.
but it has interesting and tactical decisions, and I think in a more satisfying way for me than Ticket to Ride.
Yes, I agree.
And because you don't have the randomness in the same way in this. You draw you like get resources, but it's like a display. And yeah, you might be in a situation where you really need white, but it isn't available.
Yeah.
Chances are somebody gonna get a card and white's gonna be available pretty soon, or you can do something else.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it because it has. If you play this and you play it mean, it can get pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really like, haha, take, yeah, like that. You know what I mean. We played Sunrise City.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Sunrise Lane.
Lane, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the
the Rhino Knizia game, and that was like a tad too light. And there also you are drawing these cards, which are like random what you get. But this did something in like this building style a little more to my liking.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 as well,
but
and
we're keeping it for now.
Yes.
Okay, last game for today is gonna be
Finca.
Tower Up was also a review copy, and this is also a review copy. Spotlight was also a review copy. I'm
Everything
trying,
is gonna be, no, I'm just kidding.
not the trick takers.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to remember to say it all the time because we want to be transparent on that, so you know it. Finca.
Paddle?
Oh, let's do the paddle first
Yes.
this time. 1, 2, 3.
I want to keep this.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying to drama.
Did you? Yes.
Oh, I hated this game. It's the worst game I've ever played. I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we played just 2 players, and this is a game where you kind of move on a rondel, and how many pieces are on the places that you move from dictates how many movements you get, and where you land dictates how many resources you get.
Very cool.
And because that is changing all the time, especially I think when we're playing with more players, which I haven't tried, then that will change up a lot, and it's a very tactical game. So you're like, oh, I can move 3 and go there, and then you suddenly move from that place, and I now can only move 2. That happened. And you also, you want to get the resources to trade on the map. And when a stack of trading opportunities is emptied, then that is a scoring. So not only do you want to trade to the places that you can trade, but also when people trade it's a new opportunity, will it reveal itself? So that also changes a lot on the map, but you don't want to get scorings that you don't want to score.
No, basically when you have emptied that pile, there is a tile that tells that the player who has traded the most fish is going to get 5 points. So if I see you have a lot of fish, then I don't really want to trade there, even though it's going to score me points. Then this is an old game.
Yeah.
This is like from, I think, 2008. Like this is not this version,
Yeah,
but like this
kinda
is.
got it.
Did you know? Did you know it was an older game?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've heard about it like all the time since we played board games. I heard about it. There is we play now with like the 2 advanced stuff, like with the action tiles and the other one, which I don't remember what was. We'll play maybe just with one of them, but the other version, like my main reason for choosing Cull is because this is listed as best with 2
Oh.
on BGG.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, I can see that.
and since we don't play that many games with 2, I was like, I don't know when I'm going to choose to play this, but I'm happy to keep it for now and try to play with more people and see how we find it.
Yes.
Because I really enjoyed my time with it. I think it was a very nice, lighter experience. But that rondel of picking that was like super clever. I read the rules like, that is pretty cool. I like that a lot. So that was my favorite part of it. And it is, I'm happy to keep it for now.
Yeah.
And we will see how it fares when we play it with more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
How do you want to rate it? I'm going to give it a 6.5.
I'm gonna rate it a 6.5 as well.
This time we kept many games. 5 of them, but 3 are small. So 5 of them, but 3 are small. Like I think this one is more space than these 3. We're going to make a new like trick-taking shelf. That's basically a thing we need to do.
That.
So best and worst experience. Go.
It's really no
bad
experience.
No.
I liked everyone. I think but I had fun with this as well. I had fun with everything.
So like most not cool experience.
No, that was too hard.
Yeah.
And you can see that from the ratings in these videos also. I feel like there's not like a big
that's true.
like a variety in this
There's a
video.
lot of good games.
Yeah,
even though,
they're they're solid. They're good. They're enjoyable.
The best one for you.
Best one. I really liked Finca.
Okay.
But I also really like spring cleaning.
Yeah.
And also
Skulking.
and no, just kidding. But
them.
the spring cleaning and Finca, I think.
So you basically did not do a worst, you just did 2 best.
Yes.
That's fine. I think like my best might be Skulking. I really liked Enemy Anonymity, I think a bit more than you. I really enjoyed that. At spring cleaning, I need to play again, but I enjoyed my time with it so far. Absolutely a lot, but like it was more brain powery. Enemy Anemone was more like a pleasant experience.
Well,
Skulking as well, and just this is a horrible ending for this one because I just like all of them.
Yes.
And that's going to be
board
the
games.
end. We do, and we are happy that we get to play so many fun games. It's going to be the end of this video.
Yeah.
If you enjoy what we do here, then you can help us out in a big way by giving us a victory point.
And we get victory points when you click that subscribe button. You can also click the bell to get notifications every time we post a new video.
And this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.